Technology is a big part of our lives, but what happens when we apply ethics to it? It can be considered when we're at home and when we're at work. From a home perspective, we may be sharing personal information on the internet. And even if it seems like it's a trustworthy source, we never really know exactly what they're doing with that information. If you're on the internet, your activity is being recorded, no matter what it is that you may be doing. And many companies who record your information sell it to a third party who ends up creating a consumer profile for you. For most people, this whole process seems unethical. However, under the Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act of 1999, many institutions are required to disclose how they share your personal information. In fact, many companies, including American Express, include that information in their privacy policy. So that's the home perspective. Now, when we look at it from a business standpoint, what are some ethical concerns regarding technology? The main issue or topic of conversation would most likely be the employer monitoring of employee internet activity. From the perspective of the employer, it's a completely ethical decision. Employees are hired to perform work-related tasks during work hours, and if they decide to do something that they would like to keep private, then it shouldn't be done during these work hours. From an employer's standpoint, this monitoring can lead to an increase in productivity for the company, as well as decreasing their cyber liability, which holds them accountable for any internet actions of the employee. Now, when we look at monitoring from the other side, the employee perspective, they view privacy as a civil right, an intrinsic value. And the monitoring from their employers implies that their employers don't trust them. Which brings up the question, why were they hired in the first place? And employees constantly make the argument that not everyone should be held to the consequences of a few people's actions. Just because one guy is surfing the net all day long doesn't mean that everyone should have to be monitored. So taking a look at both sides of this argument, you have to ask yourself the question, well, who's right? Well, both are, in an essence. There's a fine line of balance here, and where that line is drawn has been and will continue to be debated for many years to come.